How is it going, guys? So we've lowered the GR86 on some coilovers, but the wheels that I want, we're still waiting for, and we've got to do something about those stock base model wheels because they just are not cutting it. The premium wheels, on the other hand, the black premium wheels, those actually looked really good when I test fit them, but those aren't my wheels. So today, I've mounted a new set of tires on some wheels that we're gonna be running in the meantime. And if you guys think that you know what wheels we're gonna eventually end up with, comment down below with your guess. And if you happen to be the first person who's correct, I'll send you a little care package. Now, if you're watching and you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. We are so close to that 10K mark, which is absolutely crazy. And thank you to everybody who's already subscribed and for all the support. I could not be doing this without you guys. Once we hit that 10K mark, I promise you, we'll do something special for everybody. These aren't actually brand new, which means they're a little bit dirty, so we're gonna give them a quick wash before we toss them on the car. And I'm guessing we're probably gonna have to mess around with the ride height a bit because they're a little bit more aggressive than those stock wheels. First thing we'll do is spray everything down with some iron remover, let it sit and work for a bit, and then we'll come back and agitate it, rinse everything off, and then come back and do just a normal wash, and then they should be good to go. Not sure how well you can see this, but in some spots you can see it start to turn purple. That's how you know it's working. Also, if you've never used this stuff before, it smells like shit, so don't let that alarm you. Well, that took a little bit longer than expected because two of the wheels were absolutely caked in brake dust, and I don't think these were ever cleaned. I got off as much as I could, but there's still some left on there that I don't think I can get off without actually polishing the wheels, so we may come back and do that some other time. But for now, they're clean enough and good to go. So let's talk about these. We've got some Advan TCIIIs in an 18 by 9.5 plus 45. Classic 5-spoke design that I love. We decided to go with 18s to fill out those wheel wells just a little bit more. If this was a track setup, we'd probably go with 17s, but since we're going for a JDM street build, I opted for the 18s because personally I just think they look better. Now, we've got the plus 45 offset to help minimize the amount of work we have to do in the rear. We're probably gonna have to end up shaving the rear anyway. How much, I don't know, but I guess we are gonna find out. I've got these wrapped in some Kumho V730s, sticky summer tire that should last us a good chunk of time. I haven't tested these out yet, so I'm curious on how they're gonna feel. This colorway should work with pretty much any paint color, so let's get these on the car and see how they look with the red. I'm running the Muteki SR45R lug nuts, two-piece design that has the spinning seat so it doesn't damage the finish of the wheels. Plus they're made out of steel instead of aluminum. Wait, where's the lug nuts? Oh shit, stay. Guys, this looks absolutely fantastic. Holy shit. Oh my God. This looks so much better than the stock wheels. 1000%. Should have done this a long time ago. Here we go, moment of truth. Oh, that is close. Whew. These look damn good on here. So let's talk about this wheel fitment. We've got the 18 by 9.5 plus 45s. I forgot to mention earlier, these are 255/35s. A lot of people are running 245s. We wanted a little bit more meat, so we opted for the 255. Now keep in mind, this is all with stock control arms, so the only camber adjustment I have is the camber bolts in the front, and the fitment in the front, honestly, is pretty much perfect. The top of the wheel right there is flush with that fender, but leaves enough room where you're not gonna rub on hard bumps. But with this fitment in the front, you do run into an issue at full steering lock. The inner side of the wheels are going to rub. So what we're gonna have to end up doing is running a spacer up front to bring the wheel out. Probably gonna run a little bit more camber as well, but that should get rid of the rubbing issue in the front. Now if we go to the rear, this is where I knew we'd run into issues. And while it looks aggressive as hell, and I love it, it is certainly not ideal and definitely not functional. The tire sits pretty much flush with the rear quarter panel, which means it's definitely going to hit that under harsh bumps, and we definitely don't want that. So what we could do is raise it up, but that would take some of the camber out. Since we are on the stock arms, there's no rear camber adjustment from these cars stock. Or we could stiffen up the suspension, but then it'd ride like shit. So we're not gonna do that. Instead, we've got a bunch of suspension bits coming to fix this, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. How does it look, and what do you think of those wheels? Comment down below. Figured I'd give you guys an update on what else is happening around the shop. If you guys have been curious on what's happening with the FTSP GR86, it's kind of been MIA for a while, and that is because this engine's blown, if you didn't already know. It got money shifted at a track day. It wasn't me, wasn't my fault, okay? Just want to point that out. I believe it was probably a 5th to 2nd shift that obviously caused it to over rev, spun a bearing. There was a ton of metal shavings in the oil pan when I dropped it. Absolutely crazy. But I've been working on getting the engine ready to be pulled out. We've got a short block to replace it with. I'm hoping that the pistons didn't make contact with the valves, but we're gonna have to find out once we get everything torn out. If you wanna follow along on this, check out everything on the FT Speed channel. Let's see what else we got in here. Foster's S2000 is up in there. He's doing some prep for the last event of the season, which is Heartland. I think he's throwing on some new upper control arms here to get some more camber up front. If you guys want to check out content on his S2000, he has a VAWRX and a Civic Type R. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. It also looks like he has a cracked rotor. So if any of you happen to have a lead on a Stop Tech C43 rotor, let me know or let him know so we can get that fixed. The FRS has kind of just been sitting here ever since we got back from Colorado. It definitely needs to be washed, but I'm calling it a season this year. Heartland was up in the air for me, but with all the travel that I've been doing for work and the Grid Life series, I kind of just want to stay home for a weekend and relax. So the off season has officially begun for us, and we have a lot to do to this car. We've got new suspension components, tire fitment. We need to shed as much weight as possible, so tearing out the interior, getting rid of the rest of the airbags, the AC, the audio, the passenger seat, and then we need to address the fuel cut issue that these cars suffer from. So if you are curious and want to follow along on all that stuff, be on the lookout for those videos because, like I said, there's a lot to do. And that's gonna do it for today, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think on the new wheels. I'm absolutely loving how they look. Obviously, I wanna sort out the fitment issues, but that shouldn't be a big deal. If you guys have any suggestions on other stuff that you'd like to see on the GR86 or the FRS, don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.